Today we are continuing the Mario Kart World rating climb. I am at 7,000 VR and my goal is to hit 8,000. So obviously I'm not just going to be trying my best, I'm going to be mainly explaining the thought processes and item decisions that I make during a race, and we are leveling up. After hitting 7,000 VR, I'm now allowed to do a new strategy called hard bagging, which I'm not going to do for this race because there really is only one strategy I ever use on Mario Circuit, and it's been tested, tried and true, so we'll go with that first. But very soon, I will be showing the new strategy. Well, maybe it's new to you, it's not actually new, that you should be going for. But starting with Mario Circuit, just like last time, pretty sure we had this in the last video as well. You just use 2 mushrooms here, and then 1 mushroom right here. Wow, I'm actually all the way in first! Second? First. Yeah, gotta know some optimal driving lines too. That just put me in first with a star. I don't even know where to use this. Okay, so usually people don't pull or use shock until this next item set. So I'm gonna wait till the bottom spots are roughly passing it, or like my star will overlap with them. Let's go right now. Oh, that was immediate! What? They used it so early. They must have just spammed the shock. They did not even chain it. That is just a free win. The blue shell is not going to reach me at all. Oh, I feel so bad. The blue shell is going for the fishbone. I just ruined their race. Okay, a bit of an unexpected start. Wow. All right, let's see what track we get next. Hopefully I can use the strategy. Next up, we are going to Dandelion Depths. This is not a super long intermission. This works best on the longest ones, but let's just show off this strategy. So this is called hard bagging. I showed before that I am allowed to slow down and manipulate my item position to try to get better items, but now I'm just going to stay ridiculously far in the back. And, you know, intermission tracks are kind of strange in their design, and you just gotta admit it, and just sometimes this is what you gotta do to play to win. I wouldn't say this is necessarily optimal on this track, but the idea here is that you just slow down really far in order to make sure you can get up to 20 coins and just chain as many items as you can. And we have 2 goals when we do this. 1 is to try and get the shock. Oh, there we go. 2 is to try and get double shock dodge item. And this is going to set me up for the rest of the race. And now, ignore the shortcuts, ignore everything. Just keep trying to get to 20 coins and just drive. This is going to move me roughly at the same speed as the rest of the pack. I may even come back a little bit because other people are hitting each other. Okay, that was close. Do not want to be making mistakes back here and feeling pressured into using these. But yeah, so there are 20 players right now and I am in last place, which means that I cannot get hit by the shock. Remember, the shock can only hit in front, and that's part of why the strategy is so strong. As soon as I start making my comeback, I will be invincible because of my double dodge item, so that will be perfectly fine as well. And I just want to start coming back when it's actually crucial to do so. Let's back up. Let's stay in 20. Yes, 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 perfect. I'm behind the shock, so there's probably no shock again for a while. Let's just start taking shortcuts now. I don't care about being invincible. I can just come back now. So if there's an early shock, this is what happens. I just start coming back with my dodge items. But if there's... Oh! My bad, my bad. Did not have time to react to that. That's what I get for running to off-road. Small time saves really matter. But yeah, if I had to start using these items into the shortcuts, that would have been fine too if there's no shock yet, because I'll probably dodge it. And if I don't dodge it, I'll probably be in a top spot at some point. Right, I'm allowed to look backwards. There's triple red shells! Yeah, I don't want to squish the other Koopa Troopa. Not because they're my Koopa Troopa friend, but because I don't want the red shells to stay directly behind me. I want the Koopa Troopa to be sandwiched between us. Alright, no mushroom. Okay, just gotta watch out. Okay, that person's gone. Get him? Oh, not quite. You are not looking backwards. Let's go. Gained a spot at the line. All right, gaining more VR. This is great. So hard bagging is a great strategy, especially on intermission tracks, and I will show you more of how this works. Oh, we actually have the perfect example. I was really hoping we'd get this one. I don't like this track because I think hard bagging is unbelievably busted, and this is one of the reasons why. Well, I guess like sometimes you'll be forced into a hard bagging situation, but this is one where you definitely want to just default to the strategy, and I'll tell you exactly why. This is just a straight line on water. Look at the minimap. You cannot see a lot of turns, which means there are no shortcuts, and you can get a lot of item boxes on this track. So if you're the only one hard bagging, you pretty much have a very high chance of pulling the shock. Also a high chance of dodging it. But the other thing is, like, water slows you down. It gives everyone a speed debuff. Unless you are in a speed item, then you negate the speed debuff. So I'm just even going to wait here. Trust the process. On this track, on water, you will never get too far behind. That's just not even possible. The speed items are way too strong. And that's also why you cannot front run this. So yeah, I'm just in an advantageous position right now. I'm not even like in a position to try and come back. I'm like literally, I'm in the best spot right now out of anybody. Now I'm in a worse spot because I'm coming back because I'm forced to use this bullet bill. Okay, I'm gonna slow down again. This is, see, like, I'm coming back too far by accident. That was just one item's worth. Okay, Mega, not great. I can't get rid of this in time. If it was like a star, oh, I missed the item, my bad. Let's try to get this item. That ground star, I saw it. It was not important to get. Oh, I got the shock. Yes, yes, yes. This is the advantage of rolling in the back here for so long. All right, well, now I can't really use any items to come back, but the shock is very strong. So first of all, I want to pick a spot to use it. And I could use it somewhat soon, but then, like, I don't really have shortcuts to take, right? So one of the advantages of using the shock is not only slowing everyone down, is that it gets rid of everybody's items. So they can't take shortcuts while you can, and that's how to get the maximum benefit. Only problem is we don't really have any shortcuts that I can stop everybody from taking. There's only that one on Acorn Heights. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take a bit of a risk here and hold it for a really long time. 30 seconds after you pull the shock, somebody else can get it too. But as you can see, getting the shock at all is quite rare. So I'm just going to take my chances here that no one else is going to pull the shock. This is risky, but it's not a huge risk, in fact. It is just a somewhat risk. This would be an alright spot to shock. I would say, like, if you're not clip farming, shock right there. That's probably the best spot. No one would be in glider yet, but they will be able to grab items to take the next shortcut. So, another great spot to shock, in fact, the best one on Acorn Heights, is right before the final item set. A lot of people do get the shortcut off, but yeah. But you get to use all of your speed items at the end, which is really nice. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, this is huge. Okay, one person dodged. 3 is smart. Go, 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 go. Oh, go! No! Oh, I barely lost to the spike. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, the spike had a great idea with their shock dodge item, and it paid off. But as you can see, you shouldn't really worry too much about who you're dodging, because, yeah, they might beat you, but you might beat them too, right? It was so close. I almost won that race. Oh, first place left. I won! I just don't have a crown. Let's just pretend somebody hit my crown off. Okay, so again, if you look at the minimap, huge shortcuts on this one. Acorn Heights to Boo Cinema. And so we're going to get triple mushroom star. This is just a strategy. Oh, what? I was in last. This is a strategy you often want to default to when you play intermission tracks with a lot of big shortcuts. So I definitely want to get this next item in not last. Come on. Wow, everyone's moving a little too fast here. I'm going to get this in last. Oh, I didn't even get one. Okay. All right here. All right. I don't even know what to do. This is so rare. Everyone's just going forward. All right, so we're gonna take a few shortcuts. Ah, yeah, I'm already so far up. Okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit here. I still want good items. 14th or worse? Ah, I only got one item. This has not been well played so far. But, okay, this is actually a good teaching moment right here. I'm in 17th. Don't try to come back. Like, there are shortcuts, but you typically want to get multiple good items before you go. Because otherwise you're competing against players with multiple good items, and this is not going to be enough. But let's do a little intermission shortcut right here. All right, we're coming back. Oh, no! I was going to do a little gap jump. Ah, unfortunate. All right, well, that's fine. It does mean I get more items. Let's hope I can get something good right here. Oh, one item. All right, well, let's do some more intermission shortcuts. Okay, I didn't do that quite well at the end. I tried to charge a charge jump, it didn't come out. But I'm going to grab a little food bag here. That's going to give me basically a mushroom. That sucks. Okay, we'll recover into the shortcut. That's fine. And this Waluigi has a bomb. Let's see where they go. They're taking left path, so I'll go right path. I don't want to land on them. Ooh, that was really close. I knew I'd be slightly ahead, though. Okay, so now I just don't want to get hit by a blue shell. You know what? Let's space from the Waluigi a bit. You use that up. Oh, where's the Toad going? Maybe I need to switch rooms. What are we all doing here? I needed you as my blue shell protection. I'm just watching the minimap like a hawk right now. I will take first if I can stay here. But yeah, okay, a blue shell should not be able to hit me at this point. I can't really worry about it anymore. Yeah, that Toad got themselves messed up by the red shell because they dropped behind me. There's the blue shell. I did bring out a little extra sauce with the shortcuts in that race, but you have to know that Dry Bones Burnout or Acorn Heights going towards Boo Cinema, there are some pretty easy shortcuts there that are super crucial to know. Oh, another thing I did really well that race was I was constantly getting single boxes when the double boxes were being taken from me. This is because I always aligned for 2 boxes at once. And that's one of the tips I share in the Mario Kart guide if you haven't seen it already. Okay, clearly the strategies were all working. This is quite a relatively lower VR room, so I'm gonna get out and try another room. All right, I'm in a new room. We're going to Boo Cinema again. Interesting, but we're coming from Mario Circuit. So once again, I could go for the hard backing strategy. I wouldn't say this is necessarily the best one to do because there is that one big shortcut that I do want to be taking. But I will do this one anyway because the intermission is kind of long and I want to show the viability of this strategy. It's not the most reliable when there are other strategies that are good, but it's a pretty good strategy, I would say. Just get a lot of items. Keep chaining. I'm going to wait right here. I'm going to wait right here for my item. I can keep chaining into this box, actually. Oh, no. So here's the silly thing about intermission tracks. There's always a lot of time to come back. So you can do dumb stuff like this. I didn't get the items I want, and the next item box was so soon anyway. This is where I would sometimes jump off the track to get rid of my items and get more, but we're not going to play that degenerate today. We'll keep it together just a little bit. Okay, so we got big shortcuts coming up. I have a bullet, and I am in last place, so I do have a chance to dodge the shock. Let's try to make sure I get another item here. Watch the timer on my golden mushroom. Get me some more coins, up to 20. Okay, I mean, I have great items right now, and I'm not that far behind. So I'm pretty confident in just potentially dodging a shock by staying back here. Anytime I use the bullet, I suddenly risk losing my golden mushroom to the shock, you know? So being in last, especially when you're not too far behind, is not bad. And if other players try the same strategy, this does get a little harder to do because, you know, last place is going to be further behind. Somebody just fell off. They won't have the shock, so we're good. Stand last. No one's using the shock yet. Okay, I could shortcut right here, but then it's also a risk to hold this. It's tough to say. Last place is coming up. Stuart may have the shock. Stuart is just simply not using any items. Wow, Stuart doesn't have the shock. Oh, Stuart has a bullet. Okay, here's what we're going to do. These are all the items I'm using for the rest of the race. So I'm just going to use it in a way where I can still get a benefit out of both of them. Nice! See, I was behind shock. That worked out. That worked out really well. Come on, bullet, drop me. Thank you. Wow. Oh, right in the nick of time, and everyone got shocked in the glider too, but they lost their items. That's another crucial thing. They didn't lose a lot of speed. If that shock happened earlier, I would have simply won the race. That's how powerful this strategy can be if not too many players are going for it. The only reason I say it's unreliable is because if other players go for it too, you'll have to mix it up a bit. We are going to Dandelion Depths, and as you can see from the minimap, not a lot of shortcuts, at least not big ones until the very end. So you can try to make a comeback to right before the end and then take those shortcuts with an invincibility item because shock is likely there, or you can continue with the theme of hard bagging this. And you know what? I think I've proven the points. We don't need to do it that much. That is a much more boring way to play this game, I will admit. It just really works sometimes, you know? So we're gonna try and take some shortcuts right here. Try to use the tree to help me require less mushrooms. Okay, and I'll save one mushroom in case I get hit or need to recover, or there's another small shortcut. See if I can get some coins out of this. 24 players tough. Everyone takes the coins. Okay. So there's that shortcut near the end that I'd love to be invincible for. So for now, I'm mainly just holding these. I don't mind. See, someone boosted me with a mushroom. That's very common. Don't spam your speed items right away to recover. Sometimes someone will just come by you with triple mushrooms, especially if you're in the middle or the back, because triple mushrooms is a very common item to have. Okay, and I'm not using this mushroom yet because I'm... Oh, that's fine. That's completely fine. I was going to say because I'm not in 14th or worse, so my chances of good items are... It's quite risky. But an early shock is completely fine. I'm just going to back out to 14th or worse, where I get probably good items. And then I can still take the shortcuts. Wow, can it do it? Yes, the bullet can. The bullet cannot take all intermission shortcuts. It's not that smart. But this was great. All right. See, I'm still well prepared for Dandelion Depths. We have this shortcut right here before the track begins. Whoa, boo, wow, that's awesome. And then we have this shortcut when the track actually does begin. What? Oh! There's that delay where I couldn't use my item. That's crazy. This person got my triple mushrooms. Well done. Ah, man. If I used that mushroom a bit earlier, but I had to wait a little bit because that's the best spot to use it. Did they just get theirs stolen? They just got theirs stolen too. That's crazy. That's a lot of boos in one race. Okay, Yoshi, you should not be trying to hit me right now because I am your blue shell protection and I will never hit you because I have mushrooms. So, you better play it smart here. At the very least, if they hit me, I can recover. But I'm going to listen for green shell sounds. Alright, if this gets stolen, we're kind of fine. I get second at worst. Yeah, so this is why it's so important to plan for a specific shock spot, because if shock happens before the big shortcuts and there's still items left to go, you're fine. Just get items for the shortcuts. But when you get shocked there and lose your shortcut items, that's the worst. So you always have to try and protect yourself at the item sets before shortcuts, but not earlier because it doesn't matter. Alright, take a look at the minimap. By the way, we're on mirror mode, but it's important to look at the minimap and watch out for big shortcuts. So I'm just going to make things simpler for myself and grab some coins at the start. And then since this is a long distance to Toad's factory, I am going to showcase the hard bagging strategy again. I don't always do it this much, but I do want to showcase it whenever it is going to be the best strategy in my opinion. Oh god, triple mushroom star anyway. Okay, I can go back to the other strategy, but I'm a little further behind at this point. I can go back to the other strategy of just like take a few shortcuts and save my mushrooms for the big shortcuts, or save my star for before the big shortcuts. Another thing to consider though is that this big shortcut coming up soon is quite early and there's unlikely to be a shock there. I'm actually just going to switch back to hard bagging. I just want to see how this goes. I pulled the shock! I jinxed it! Let's go! Okay, so I could save this for the end of the track, or I could use it on the shortcut, right? So get everyone before the shortcut so they can't take the shortcut, get another good item for myself, and then I can just take this massive shortcut and go right up to the front. Awesome. Okay, there's more. I don't really know how much more. Oh, wow, I could have taken that way tighter. But yeah, I'm just in third with a bullet bill. And shock won't happen for a while, and this cannot get stolen, which is awesome. Bullet bills cannot get stolen. This person's crazy. Trying to get me. I unlocked coin coffer. Wait, I turned my transforms on? Oh. Alright, we're fine, we're fine. Oh, we're not fine. I did... Okay, so this is why I didn't want to use this early. I hadn't seen a blue shell yet. So much to talk about in this game. There's so many decisions. Like, as I just stand here not using my bullet, but just keep in mind, a lot of players would use their bullet. And so you gotta ask, why am I not using it? And that's one of the reasons. I don't want to be in first. I will save it for a bit later. Especially because later there could actually be another shock. Alright. Yeah, you're trying to get real close to me, aren't you? Alright, the item I'm taking up afterwards is not great. We're at 20 coins, this is good. I'm gonna save this for a chaotic section, which is going to be the spiral section. I could use this earlier, but okay. I'm kind of back in a higher spot. There's a mega mushroom, but they're just about done. And the bullet will extend a bit more on turns 2. Yeah, we're just kind of trying not to anticipate the second shock, or expecting there not to be a second one, Just kind of not making any mistakes, and we're doing really well here. Okay, just gonna use it right here. Take me on this turn. Oh, he dodged the second shock at first! I was not expecting that. Okay, it's mirror mode. I don't know how to take the ending shortcut. We are just going to go around like this. Oh, wow, what's going on? I did not need a shock to win this race. I had this one anyway, but that was the cherry on top. That's crazy. Look, so you might look at that and be like, oh, wow, he got so lucky. But just keep the important concepts in mind. Sometimes you get a little lucky around here. This time we are going to Dry Bones Burnout, and as you may remember from the previous video, there are some big shortcuts, but this one doesn't actually have them. So this is not a very long track either, so let's just run this one. Doesn't mean there's any reliability in this strategy, especially on water, but yeah. So we're fine though. When you run, your main priority should be trying to get triple mushrooms at some point. So I'll be trying to hit the double box here. Don't need to drop to 14th, they are very far behind. So we'll just see what I get here. Wow, got it, nice. If I don't get it, I just keep trying and trying until I do get it. So chances are you'll get it at some point. Now, I do want to be on land, not water. This is faster, despite some boosters in the water. And safer, apparently, because no one's coming up here with me. All right, and ideally, I do want to save these for shortcuts. Remember, when you get mushrooms, you really want to save them for shortcuts. There are times where you will want to space from other players, but when there are big shortcuts that are crucial, then you definitely want to be saving it for those times. And I'm definitely not trying to get in first right now. There's threat of blue shell, and this person has triple red shells. If we do see a blue shell on the map, though, I will have to try and space from this player. Wow, they messed up and hit the lava. I do not want to get directly in front of them. Okay, now the red shells are gone. We're good now. Draft. Nice. Out of the middle. Oh, chaos. Okay, I could get shocked. That's always a risk when you front run, that you could lose your items, but if that happens, you know, we're all kind of screwed. If it doesn't happen, though, I get to win because I get to take all the shortcuts. So this is definitely worth the risk, what I'm doing right now. And we're going to do what I showed in the previous video with double mushroom strategy. Wait, I think I showed this in the previous video. I'll save an extra one in case of the boo or the blue shell, but looks like we are good. Nice. Yeah, as much as disasters happen in Mario Kart, sometimes it just doesn't. A lot of players, especially new players, will fixate on like, what if I lose my mushrooms? I gotta use them quick. But like, you don't get very much out of it. Whereas if nothing bad happens, you get a lot out of it. And so managing the risk and reward is very important. Okay, we are going to Bowser's Castle. I want to show you a pretty good strategy on this track. You could try to front run in order to try and be in a top spot and take the turn skip shortcut. Another strategy you can do, though, is you can bag, get a shock dodge item, and try to use it to be invincible at that turn skip shortcut. Because unlike regular Bowser's Castle, the pack stays very condensed. And so what that means is that at that point, it's very dangerous. Shock or no shock, you really want to be invincible. But of course, if there is a shock, no one's taking that shortcut, except for the players who are invincible. So this is a very simple, but quite effective strategy. And if the shock happens anywhere else, remember, we are planning typically for a few important spots, not every spot. So if a shock happens even earlier than that, that might be fine. I still get to take the most important shortcut that I am preparing for. Ooh. Okay, we're running out of item sets, so I want something good behind the star. I'm just going to chain all these right here. And just stay in the back so I don't get hit. Because I can't re-accelerate anymore. I had the mushrooms at first so I can recover if someone hits me, but now I am just going to use the star into the first item set on Bowser's Castle. Okay, we got some players far behind, but not too far behind, so I don't need to pop this late or anything. I can just use it into the item set, and that protects me. And anyone with the shock, if they even have it now, it's pretty early, but if they even have it, they'll probably want to chain it right here because it just makes so much sense to stop everyone from taking this shortcut. Oh! Oh! That almost didn't work. Okay. Oh, go, go, go. Oh, I almost messed that up. Nice! No shock, but as you can see, it did protect me. And once again, okay, there's mushrooms behind me. We're pretty safe. But once again, I will be saving this for the best spot. I didn't get to use it. But if I used it any earlier, you can imagine, like, the benefit is not big at all. I just get to speed up 20%. Like, what? That's nothing. Versus taking these big shortcuts here. So if I didn't get shocked, I just win. But if I do get shocked, it's just going to be a bit closer. Let's see what happens here. I have a feather. They shouldn't pull more than one red shell in second. That's not possible, so I should just win this race then. Nice. Yeah, so important to get that turn skip shortcut at the start. And while there was no shock there, a lot of players got hit in that section. It's so chaotic. So I was able to get through it, and I just ended up in first place. Okay, Bowser's Castle to Wario Stadium. This is another one you really can't just go forward at the start. Now, being in first place, not necessarily the best. I personally don't think this is ever the right play. Maybe I'll just do it anyway to show you what happens. Look, there's nothing I could have done about that. But I'm just going to slow down a little bit just to try and get triple mushrooms, just like what I tried to do on that race to Toad's Factory. I bumped into the off-road. Wow, barely got that double box. Wow, I got a great item. Yeah, I was in 14th or worse. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Was not super intentional. And you see that big right turn on the minimap? There's a shortcut there. So, if I can try to be invincible during that section, that will be a very good strategy. That way nobody can get rid of my shortcut items. So just leading up to that section, I will want to get rid of these mushrooms then, in that case. Just so that I have a chance to have something good after I take the shortcut. So it's not quite yet. Yeah, this is the risk getting rid of them early. I thought there was no more item sets. My bad. That's a track knowledge issue. I definitely would have gotten rid of it now, because you see I just drop into a lower spot and get a better item instead of like whatever's going on now, but we'll just use it now, take the shortcut. Very important shortcut. We're just going to be coming back to the front. Not as far forward as I had hoped, getting red shelled twice. Get him. Looking out for danger. I'm in 5th though, this is not too bad. If I can pull a mushroom here, that would be really nice to help me take the shortcut on Backwards Wario Stadium. And I will need to get rid of this to quickly see what my next item is. Not quite. Okay, we'll just have to go around then. Oh, boost panels, nice. Watch for ground items. That green shell is deadly. Every time after a shock, you gotta watch for ground items right away. That's the first thing you should be thinking after any shock. There's gonna be a double box kind of on the left side. See if anyone knows how to drive this track. Yeah, everyone took a really wide line. Except for that Biddy Bud, contested me on this box. Let's get this out for protection. Oh, I got him, nice. And there's a little shortcut at the end here. Oh no! No, I got bumped into the off-road. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's still try to make it up here. Okay. Okay, looks like a lot of people didn't know about that path, so I managed to save a few more spots at the end. That's crazy. I could have played it a little safer, and see, these are the things you gotta look back in your race and be like, okay, well, it's unlucky I got hit by hammers, but also, maybe just don't be too close to the edge of the road there for no reason, and then I won't be bumped into the mud. Since we are going to Choco Mountain, let's talk about hard bagging again, since that's been the main theme. That's definitely something you want to add to your game plan. You know, if you're trying to win. If you find the strategy to be no fun, then don't do it. But if someone else is willing to not have fun to win, don't be complaining when they win, you know? You gotta pick your poison when you're playing a game that has an optimal strategy such as this. Okay, so we are just hard bagging once again. Wow. Wait a minute. Triple Mushroom Star. Maybe I just go forward. I don't know. We're ending in Choco Mountain. That's not always a great sign. Let's see. Oh, I can hardly tell what's going on that minimap. Which part of Choco Mountain are we entering on? Okay. I think I know. It's gonna be like closer to the end of Choco Mountain. Okay. Wow, early shock. You know what? I was too busy thinking about the map and not enough about my items, and that's good, because now I probably no longer have to worry about the shock for the rest of the race, so I can just try to plan for how I'm gonna make up as much time as possible. I think I'm gonna use this one early, because Mega with triple mushrooms is not the greatest. By this point, one of the best items you can get is the golden mushroom. The bullet's also really good. Oh, man. Okay, I did not actually want to potentially get a bad item in 10th, so I will take my chances at the next item in 14th. I kind of messed that up. I didn't realize where that shortcut would be dropping me off. That it would be dropping me off right at the items. Okay, we're going to like the ending of Choco Mountain, so there's not too many shortcuts left. But there is an item set soon, so I can... Okay, this is awesome. This is exactly what I needed. The golden mushroom, I was just saying it's powerful. Get another item here too. Hope it's good, but unlikely. Gotta say, I did not play this race too well. Wow, I got such a good item. Save one just to recover, just in case there's red shells. All I needed was to drop back for a chance at a golden mushroom, and I just did amazing this race. Look, there's so much space. Oh, nice. Okay, that one was close. I did not play that one very well. I was too busy trying to figure out what layout of the track we even have, because depending on the layout, you have to take a different amount of shortcuts, so I was trying to plan my items. All right. This is a textbook example of just hard bag. Like, what are we doing here? This is one of the longest tracks you're ever gonna see. So, there's gonna be shocks, there's gonna be blue shells. Like, a lot of the stuff you do at the beginning is not going to matter too much. And I'm not gonna... Track design philosophy and my opinion is a whole separate topic. We will not get into that here. There are some intermission tracks that are better than others, and this one is really silly for how long it is. So we'll leave it at that, and we're gonna hard bag the living daylights out of this one because it's just gonna be such a good strategy. And okay, so you can get 2 good items per set. I'm just gonna try again here. See if I can get the shock myself. Because a lot of people are not going for this strategy. And so yeah, at the end is going to be Cheap Cheap Falls. And as we all know, Cheap Cheap Falls has a lot of shortcuts. So you know what? Let's level up our game right here by going out of bounds to get rid of that golden mushroom a little faster. Alright, and continue trying to get up to 20 coins. I was behind the shock, that's crazy. You see that? Nothing mattered. Yet, at least. So at some point, there's probably going to be another shock, given how early this one was. So I think I'm just going to continue to jump off the track. Oh, I don't need this right now. I don't need to come back. I just want chances at the shock. But someone probably pulled that in the last 30 seconds, so I don't think I can even get the shock right now. Or maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe it's been 30 seconds. All right, we are kind of getting to the track soon, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Why is there still players that far back? That's crazy. Wow, they're just joking around. What are they doing? That Nabbit and that Stingy. Symbiotic relationship. Alright, let's try to come back just a little bit. I'm actually really far behind. And there is a realistic chance there's no shock for the rest of the race. But I feel like there will be one. So we're going to play as if there is going to be one. And yeah, I'm actually close enough to the front that whatever strategy I choose to do from here, the classic strategy, should be pretty good. All right, so here's the classic Cheap Cheap Fall strategy. We are going to try and dodge the shock at the second item set because that protects my items going into the shortcut. And you might think, what if you get shocked before that? Again, it doesn't matter that much. Like, it's not ideal, but it doesn't matter that much because I can still get items to take the shortcuts. So we are risking it. I am wincing with every item set that someone may shock me, and also the players at the very back who are not even on the minimap anymore may be the ones using the shock. This room is so weird. But we're going to stick to the game plan because even regardless of what other players do, this is still the safest bet for myself. Yeah, these players, they're coming back a little bit, but they're still really far behind. Okay, these are right there. And then the golden mushroom takes all the ending shortcuts. Okay, unfortunately no shock dodge. If there's another shock now, it's kind of over, but this is what we bank on. I mean, this is what we do. Oh, it just works. See, if there's a shock there in that item set, I'm protected, but if not, it's still just such a good strategy. I'm not relying on shock dodges. I'm actually just playing for the shortcuts and trying not to lose my items there. Okay, the VR gains are slowing down at this point, and I want to see how these strategies fare in a better room, so I'm going to leave. Oh, this is about the same VR as the last room. Not as high as I'd hoped. Wait, is it too late for this? No, I lost VR. Oh, no. Okay, well, no, I have to keep playing. I have to play this race. I wanted to be able to see the VR of the room and then just leave, because if you do that during track selection, like if you get a track you don't like, you could actually just quit out and do that. You don't lose VR. But I guess once the race starts loading in and you see everyone's VR, it's too late. I wish you could see everyone's VR before the race even begins. Oh well, I guess we have to just play this race then. I have a VR nerf, my bad. Okay, so we are going to Desert Hills, specifically backwards Desert Hills. So, hard bagging is going to be very strong. There are some shortcuts on the map, but the bulk of the shortcuts are on desert hills right at the end. Ooh, next item set's really far away. I think I can, as long as the bullet does not extend. Yeah, we'll use one click of this. I'm worried he's gonna count me as like bagging too hard and give me bad items. Let's see. Yeah, I did. My bad. Oh man, maybe if I didn't draw that circle, but I feel like I'd have to wait a long time anyway. Maybe I should have just gone out of bounds. I don't know. It's like I don't want to get too far behind though, because if I pull the shock, I'm gonna be waiting with it. Oh, I got it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so this is a lot more reliable when nobody else is going for this. Just because, like, I'm way further back and getting way more items than everybody else, right? So, obviously, I have the highest chance to pull the shock in this room. Okay, so the shortcuts begin at this next item set. The one afterwards is alright, too. Let's just see if anyone's dodging here. Kind of nobody. Let's go. Oh, I dodged the Mario. That's funny. That was the end of their Mega. Yeah, like, there are several good shock spots. The next item set's good, too. The one afterwards is good, too. But I figured I might as well, like, it doesn't really matter where I do it. Oh, no! Did not react to that in time. Should have been looking way more forward. It's okay. I'm so close to the front. As long as this does not get stolen. Okay, lost my mini turbo. I usually have a golden mushroom at this point. I don't really know what to do. Okay, I'll use a charge jump to help me here. Nice. Barely enough for 2 mushrooms. Oh, perfect. Ending with a huge lead, too. Wow, this is just such a powerful strategy. Thanks, Nintendo. So again, not a strategy you want to use all the time, but there are tracks, especially long tracks, ones with a lot of shortcuts at the very end. These are the ones where it's important to know how to do hard bagging to your advantage. Okay, I found roughly the same VR again in a different room. So I guess I just have to stay, because by the time I know what VR room I'm in, I already have to play the race. So we are going to Bowser's Castle again, and I'm going to use the same strategy I did last time. It is quite reliable. I've had very good results with it, and it's pretty simple. All right, I'm going to hold this for a while. Not going to chain this mushroom quite yet, just in case someone hits me and I have to recover. Because I have a lot of time, many more item sets before I need to actually get something behind the star. Oh, wow, early shock. Okay. Well, it looks kind of silly. I'm just choosing not to use my dodge item and a shock occurs, but like that shock, dodging it is not that good for me. I'm still going to try and use the exact same strategy from here because that was so early another shock could happen. But mainly I just need to guarantee I get that first shortcut off and then I have a much better chance. Okay. If there's probably no shock, you know what? I might just get rid of the Mega Mushroom. Yeah, I'll just use it to move up a little bit. There's a really good bullet extension here too. You know what? There's triple red shells. Just gonna catch up a few positions. If I can get my next item in 14th or worse, then it should be something really good. Okay, I just want to slow down a bit here because it's going to be hard to slow down as we come out of the glider. This is why it's really important to be able to imagine the future part of the track so you know exactly what you're going to be dealing with. All right, good spot. Just going to hold left. And this takes a bullet extension. It should not be able to drop me early. No, coin shell! That's the only item I did not want. Everything else is good. Oh man. Alright, well I'm in first. I could get blue shelled. I can't take shortcuts. That was really unlucky. If I got anything else, I was chilling. Peepa's using a star. Wow. They might have something good after this as well. A Mega Mushroom, what? Okay, Michael probably wins. Wait, they're taking the slower path. Oh, I missed the trick. Alright, try to get this trick here. Oh, wow, 4 green shells. Nice night, Michael, you got me. That was really well played from Michael. Once again, the Bowser's Castle strategy is paying off, and once again, we will try to find a different room. No way. What? What are we doing? Me and Haru. Yo, Haru has 8,800. Wait, this is really good. If I win this race, I can gain so much VR. I don't really know what to do in 1v1s, but I think the item distribution is really similar to normal. Like, second place can get single mushroom. I don't think they can get stuff like triple mushroom or blue shell, triple red shells. So I think just front running is going to be really strong. Haru got a mushroom already? Okay, Haru's just going to save that mushroom all the way to Moo Moo Meadows and just beat me like that. Haru's got to be really good, right? I feel like I've seen this name before. Get him? Not quite. Okay. Well, Haru knows I'm trying to be aggressive now. I see they have a mushroom, so they probably don't have a red shell. Probably. I don't know for sure. Oh, triple bananas. Okay. No point trying to trap Haru right now. This is kind of intense. I never play 1v1s. I don't know the meta. Okay, I'll just... They're probably going to chain here. They don't want to hold that forever. What do you got, Haru? A green shell. Nice try. That's just a random throw. That could bounce. Alright, this is a tight line. Let's try to get Haru right here. Got him! Yes! Okay. Like, Haru could pull mushrooms, but we'll have to get really lucky. With the item layout of Moo Moo Meadows, I doubt they can get enough mushrooms to win. I just have to not get hit. Almost got Haru again. Alright, 20 coins. I'm moving real fast now. I have a higher speed stat too, because I'm on Koopa Troopa. Alright, the track begins. Let's see what Haru can do with some mushrooms. Yeah, I'm like 4 or 5 seconds ahead. I think the tree shortcut saves like 2 or 3 seconds, so that's not going to be enough. And I don't think you can pull a boost, so my banana's guaranteed protection, but I will drop it to try and trap the tree shortcut line, just to make it a bit harder for Haru. Maybe Haru will mess up. Nice. Yeah, I think it's over. I think Haru messed up the cow shortcut too. I got a feather. It's super over. Oh, GG's, Haru. That was fun. I'm gonna get so much VR out of this. Plus 63. That is awesome. I am so sorry. Okay, this is the level of room I wanted to see. We have a lot of 8,000s, but a few 7,000s. So this time we are going to DK Spaceport. This is an interesting one. There are shortcuts for sure leading up to there, so I mainly want to take those shortcuts, but the track is so long that honestly hard bagging can work, but I found it to be unpredictable because you can't get dodge items forever, and you are probably going to lose your shortcut items at some point to the shock. So I found that unlike regular DK Spaceport, where there's only like 1 or 2 shock spots, since the track is so short, this one has like 5 different common shock spots. So yeah, like once you get to any of the shortcuts on DK Spaceport, it is common for there to be a shock, and you can't predict all of them. So you're gonna have to get really lucky if you're trying to shock dodge there. So I will just try to use these to slowly come back to the front. Oh man. I knew it was risky going for the coin line. More boomerangs. Okay, that's unfortunate. I could chain here. Okay, nice, nice. The star helps me take the shortcut. Okay, the golden will be needed for the shortcut as well. I'm carrying triple mushrooms to the front, which is the best item I can ask for. I could lose this to the shock. Nice. Can I get another one? I'm going to try and boost them with my mushroom. Oh, they boosted me too. I wanted them to speed up so I can draft. Yeah, having triple mushrooms is the best item you can have on DK Spaceport. This Waluigi is crazy, by the way. Swerving with the greens. Yeah, staying out of the way. They probably don't have anything else. This is a great spot for me right now, because I can take multiple shortcuts with this. Alright, I'm in first. Safe from the blue shell, too. Nice double coin. I'm a bit low on coins right now. Okay, watch for barrels coming out of the left side. Oh, no! I did not prepare for that. I should have gone way wider, but I have to save this mushroom for the future shortcut. If I mushroom up right away, I'm just in first without blue shell protection and cannot take the shortcut. Recipe for disaster. Much happier at this spot. I can also potentially chain into something good. Fourth. Cannot get triple mushrooms. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I can get single mushroom, but very unlikely. Okay, that's fine. I couldn't take shortcut anyway. This is fine for me. Come on. Yes. Okay, they got a mushroom too. Oh, triple reds. Okay. If I get hit, I want to be in the air, so I launch forward. Plus, maybe the red shells get confused and don't go for me. Okay. I'm just gonna aim it at them. I think I got him. No reds coming for me. Nice. Oh. What? Go, go, go. No, I think I lose. Yeah, I got second. I really thought that Super Horn was gonna hit. Okay, well, let's see if that's enough to get to 8,000 VR. Yeah, barely. Wow, 8,000 VR. Okay, so we will continue the rating climb next time. I'm gonna get to 9,000 VR by just trying my very, very best. And we'll see how long it takes me.